Hello guys, so welcome back. So in this tutorial we are going to be designing this part. I don't have a name for it. Someone just sent it to me and asked me to make it. So to start a new part file, and I don't have a template for metric, but I'll just start with inch, and we can use that as an opportunity to change our unit. So this is another way to learn how to change your unit. So go into your options and document properties, units, and you want to change it to millimeter because this drawing is in millimeter, and click OK. And the first thing we are going to start is with this cylinder, and we're going to draw everything back. So to start, I'll just click on sketch, and looking at how this cylinder is faced, we know we're going to be drawing it on the right plane. So click the right plane, and I'm just going to draw a circle in here, something like that, and I'm going to add my dimension, and it is going to be 38 diameter, and feature extrude. I'll extrude it in the other direction because it's going to the back, and the distance is 25, so I'm going to make that 25 and click OK. So we have that. So the next thing we're going to draw is this base on the back, because we need that as a reference to draw this groove thingy over here. So what we need to do is click on reference geometry, another opportunity to learn how to create planes. So we'll click on plane, and if we look at the dimension, it says from this face, the front face, to this face is 101. So that's what we are going to do. We'll click on this face, reverse the direction of that plane, and it is going to be 101 going back. So 101 over there, and click OK. So now we are going to click that plane, select that plane, and go into your sketch tab and start a sketch. And I'm just going to go normal 2, and we are going to draw a 4-corner rectangle. So 4-corner rectangle right here. So we're just going to draw something like this for now. We know the height is 45, and we know the total dimension for this length is actually 69, because if you look from here to here is 50 and the rest is 19. So we can just make it that way and just make it 69. So we have that dimension, but we still need to constrain it. So they also give you that from this length to there is 50. So how we can make that is click on this point and put that point on this line. So the point is free to move around. So we are going to select from here to that point and add the dimension 50. And we also know that that point, where that point is actually on the center line of this circle. So what we're going to do now is click that point, holding the control key down, click your origin point on this cylinder, and add a vertical relation to it. So now we have that constraint. So another one that we need is we know there's a dimension from the center to the top. So from the center to the top is going to be 75, and you can see that right here, 75. Send that to the top. So our sketch is fully defined because it's all black. Then we're going to go to feature, extrude, and we are going to extrude it in the other direction, and the distance is going to be 10, and click OK. And pardon me if I'm going slow, I'm just taking my time to explain it because someone did mention in the comment section, because some people are still new to SolidWorks, so I'm trying to take my time to explain it in a slow way so everyone can understand. So if you feel like you are actually more advanced, just fast forward the video, like increase the speed, just to be able to get through it. So now we have this moving on. I'm just going to hide this plane because I don't need it, so I can click on it, right click, and select the eyeball to hide it. And the next thing we want to do is draw this feature over here. So where we are going to draw that feature is on the right plane, the plane going center to this cylinder. So click on that plane and sketch, and number 2, and I'm just going to bring it over here. So what we want to do is just draw a line coming here down and coming down. We know the distance from the edge to that line is 3. So from here to here is 3. And we are just going to click this point and that origin point and add a vertical relation. So to do that, click that point, holding down the control key, select that, just like how you select anything in Windows. So we have that. So the only thing we need to do now is add our radius, but the radius over here isn't given, but they give you a radius up here which is 25. So since this radius up here is 25, the radius down here wouldn't be 25. So the radius down here, how you get this radius is so the distance from that top face to the next level is 10. So you subtract 10 from the 25. So that means the radius at this point is going to be 15, and the next level is 10. So you subtract 10 from that 15. So which means the radius at this lower bottom is going to be 5. And everything is going to make sense once we're done. So select your radius, change it to 5, your fillet, and change this to 5. Add a fillet 5 over here and click OK. So now watch this. So now once we have that lower bottom established, we can now click offset. We offset this line. Make sure, and the first thing we want to do is reverse it in that direction, and make sure you have select chain selected, because if I don't select that, it's just going to offset just the line that I click. But if I have the chain, select chain, is going to select offset everything, which is what we want in this feature. So we have that selected and click OK. Now watch, if I just try to check the dimension of this radius, you see it's 15, and that's what I mean. And when we do the next one, you will see that's going to be 25. So what we're going to do is just close off this sketch and close it off over here. And once we have that, we are going to, I think I have an extra sketch over there. I'm just going to delete it because that's probably going to start giving me a problem. So we're going to go to feature, extrude, and for the first one we want to extrude it through all, and we're going to do direction 2, and we also do through all. So we have something like that, or we can, let me see if there's a better option. Yes, through all is better. So, and once we have that, click OK. Good. So we have that. The next thing we want to do is click on this top face. We're going to cut this part out now. Click on this top face and sketch. We're gonna go number 2, and all we want to do is just draw a line from here, this point coming up, something like that. And now we draw a 3-point arc. So click on your 3-point arc. You want to click on this edge and click on this line, and just click the 3rd time just to draw your arc. So what we are going to do is click this arc, holding down the control key, click this line, add a tangent relation, click this arc, and select this edge line over here again, add a tangent relation. So that sketch is fully defined, and we are just going to use the trim tool. I'm using trim to closest and trim this part out. So what you just need something like that. So make sure tangent to this line, tangent to that line. And I'm just going to close off my sketch again. And make sure this is an horizontal line, so you should have something like this. Again, I have an extra line over there. I'm going to delete it. So yes, you should have something like this. Then what we want to do is feature, extrude cut, and this time we are going to select up to next, so because we want to trim everything on that side off, and click OK. Good. So we have that feature. So the next thing we need to do now is draw this rib. So again, we click on the front plane and select sketch, number 2. And what another feature we can learn now is holding down the control key, or before you even do that, you don't have to hold it down. Select convert entity, select this line, select that line, select this edge, and select that line, and click OK. So I have those edges converted. So the next thing I'm going to do now is select offset, and I'm going to offset that. The distance is 10. I have my chain, select chain selected, but that's okay, so we just leave that for now and click OK. So once I have that offset, watch if I check this dimension, you see it is 25, just as what is given over here. So but for now, the only thing we need to do is draw this angle over here. So what we're going to do is and I need to verify something. I don't think I added the so I'm going to make this, and I think I made a mistake somewhere, so I just remember I'm gonna go back. But before I do that, let's just make this. So select your 3-point arc, click on this point, click on this line, and bring it back and click over here, and select this arc and this line and make it tangent. Select this arc and this line and also make it tangent. And that's what, no, we are not making it tangent. So that's the same mistake I made with the previous one. So it is tangent. So the radius is 25. I was thinking it wasn't, but I guess making it tangent does make it 25. So in this case, I happen to be right, because if we didn't make it tangent, I can delete the tangent and try to add the dimension, but it turns out the dimension is 25. So I'll leave that as driven, and I'll just increase the units just to make sure it's 25. It is 25, so I'll leave it. So what we need to do now is trim this part out and bring this down, and again, and I'm going to close the sketch over here. I have an extra line, delete that, and I have a closed sketch. So what I'm going to do is go to feature, extrude, and we are going to extrude it by the mid plane, and the distance is going to be 10, and click OK. And just to verify that I did this radius right, I'm going to go back to that feature. So click on this drop down, and which is what I like about Solidworks, because sometimes you make mistakes and you can go back and fix it. In this case, I didn't verify that making those two tangent makes this 30, so I need to verify that. So I'm going to go click on the drop down and edit sketch over here, and let me check the dimension for this, and it is not 30. So what I need to do is delete my tangent over here, because I don't need that. So now once I delete that tangent, my circle is tangent to this line, we want that, but to this it's not tangent to this edge. So delete the tangent relation to this edge, and we are going to fully constrain it by adding the dimension, which is 30. So that is what you should have. This 30, and once I do that, I can just exit out of it, and everything updates, and I still have that. And I think we should do that for this one. So again, click on the drop down for that one, edit sketch. I will delete my tangent relation over here, and since the dimension is given, I will control it with the dimension. So and here just add my 25. It's still the same, but in that case for the other one it wasn't the same, so 25 and exit out. So good, we pretty much almost done. And again, I am taking longer to because I want to explain this thoroughly, just for those who are not advanced in SolidWorks. So the next thing we need to do is just cut our hole. So select this face, sketch, number 2, and I will draw a circle here at the origin point. Draw a circle and make that 38. It is not 3816. And we are going to go to feature, extrude cut, up to next, and click OK. And we're going to do the same thing up here. Select this face, sketch, number 2, draw a circle, and from here to here is going to be 18, and from here to here it's going to be 22. And we're going to add our diameter to the circle. It's going to be 16. And we have a fully defined sketch, feature, extrude cut. We select up to next, so we're cutting it to the back and click OK. And there you go, we have this part. Very easy part, complicated part, but the only part you have to figure out is this rib. But I hope everything, I was able to explain it thoroughly and slow enough for those who are beginners. Anyway, thank you. Please subscribe and like the video if you like what I'm doing, so that way I can always get the feedback from you. And please feel free to leave a comment if there is any way I can improve these videos. Please let me know. Anyway, thank you for watching and your support as always, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Bye.